Mad Season came out with a new video today. Dude, that start is so good every single time. Anyway, I'll order some food. I haven't eaten yet today. I've been working all day. I've been busy working.
The MMORPG is quite unique in the sense of how many things that there are to do. You have questing, dungeons, raiding, PvP, gathering, crafting, collecting achievements. But for some, the real draw is building, claiming land, raising walls.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't get it. Mia loves it. I don't get it. I genuinely do not get the appeal of building stuff in video games. I don't get it. Like, I really don't.
And creating sanctuaries.
DK Collins, yo, what up?
Their adventures. This is player housing, a cornerstone of immersion that turns a video game into a second home. Its origins can be traced all the way back to Ultima Online.
I'm gonna get cheeseburger because they're easy to eat on stream.
It still seems to captivate the MMORPG.
Actually,
nearly 3
honey,
decades later.
Yo, dude, 25 months. Thank you so fucking much. Honey, are you still in chat? Did you buy more cottage cheese? Because I will eat cottage cheese instead of a cheeseburger if you got it.
So, build an oak chair, grab a cold one from your newly made keg, and relax by the fire as today we explore the history, appeal, and the enduring magic of player housing in the MMORPG.
Guys, should I eat the cottage cheese or should I eat the cheeseburger? Actually, no, I'm not. It's too unhealthy. Actually,
before we get into the why, I think we should get into the what. If you ask two people what player housing is, you'll probably get two entirely different answers, as
get some fries too.
Very differently depending on the actual MMO. For some, it's a purely aesthetic feature that's meant to serve as more of a distraction than its own content. And for
I'm gonna be real. We're gonna see if Mad Season can convince me that to actually think that housing is a good feature in a game or not. Because like right now, when I look at housing, I'm like, it's stupid. It literally just takes players away from each other. When I get an achievement, I want the whole world to know about it. If I kill a Nixia, the whole city should hear about it. I think that there should be more stuff like that going on. Citizens of Dalaran, like, dude, come on, bro. We'll see what Mad Season says though, because he's the GOAT.
Reason to play, or the game's other features are closely intertwined with it, so much so that they can't even imagine playing without it. Some have been done amazingly well, some have been done quite poorly, and others don't even exist at all. So let's explore the world of player housing in the MMORPG. But before that, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, AG1. AG1 is a very simple, drinkable multivitamin. We all know how much MMO fans love their daily quests. Except with this, instead of getting depression, you get a nutritional daily supplement that supports your gut health. Aside from complaining about retail World of Warcraft,
should we take the vitamins?
It's the only daily quest that I do. It's quite a simple routine. You just mix it and drink it. I do it first thing in the morning, and I've been using it for quite a while now, and I'm on a multi-month long streak, and I know it doesn't sound like it with my voice because...
Dude, he's got the best voice ever.
Monotone, but I do feel like I have more energy. And it now also comes in 3 additional flavors of citrus, berry, or tropical. My personal favorite being tropical. They're currently running their best offer ever. If you head to drinkag1.com/madseason, or by scanning the QR code that you see on screen, you'll get the welcome kit, this morning person hat, a bottle of vitamin D3 and K2, a flavor sampler.
Guys, support Mad Season. Literally one of the best to ever do it.
Which has been a game changer for me.
Well, I ordered a cheeseburger during his vitamin ad.
$126 in free gifts for new subscribers. So usually the first hurdle with housing that every developer wrestles with is real estate. That is the land that you put the house on, or in a lot of cases, the lack thereof. And anyone familiar with World of Warcraft will know what I'm talking about here. If you want a housing system that exists in the natural playable world, the geography has to be built with housing in mind. For the first half of this video, I want to use World of Warcraft as an example for this because most people are probably familiar with it. And it also really encapsulates the struggles with housing quite perfectly. So this might seem like a World of Warcraft video for a bit, but it will become more broad later on. As big as Azeroth is, pretty much every single corner of the world has some sort of function.
I ordered food.
This part is a town hub. Alright, but what about outside the town hub? Oh, that's where the mobs spawn for quests that were given in the town hub. What about this? That's where the dungeon is. How about this? This looks pretty clear. That's where Peace Bloom spawns. This is where an NPC patrols to. This is where a world boss spawns. This is meant to farm a rare item drop, and you get the picture. And while this ended up being a very attractive feature of the game, as it didn't have
what game is that from?
Open, sort of dead and bland areas that was quite common with the genre at that point.
Is that from Ultima? No shot.
There was no space for housing. And you combine this with the fact that each server holds thousands of people per layer, the problem becomes quite clear. The world simply wasn't designed for player housing. That's not to say that the developers didn't try. They're actually
that was Star Wars Galaxy. Got it.
Version of the game.
Good eyes, chat.
Houses, but this rather iconic screenshot highlights the problem perfectly, as the first thing that someone did with this great power was to block off the starting area for the Night Elves, where players are meant to be learning about the game. There were also areas and maps set aside for houses, but obviously the idea was scrapped, which left only one option: instance housing. Instead of putting down a house in
that area, when you do the fucking run, when you run on the top, the reason that's there is supposed to be for housing. Yeah, I did get a hair transplant, Pino. I did.
The jungles of Stranglethorn Vale or a dark corner of Duskwood, it would instead be in this separated, instanced grounds designed.
I'm starting Expedition 33 after this video, guys.
This for some is less immersive, unless every time you walk into your home you get a loading screen. There is a group of purists out there who prefer that the houses be in the actual world, because it makes it feel more like, well, an actual world. Someone could be exploring or farming or questing, and to come across someone's home and see how they decorated it is an interesting
The Final Fantasy XIV housing, it was technically in the world, right? The thing with the Final Fantasy XIV world, the way the world was set up was not great. Like, I think that's like one of the weaker things about the game. It doesn't kill the game by any means, but like the way that the World of Warcraft, the OG version of it's like you're never going to get a loading screen, was so cool. Like, it was really fucking cool. And it felt really cohesive and cool. It's instanced. Yeah, but like all of 14 almost feels instanced, right? Like 14's very broken up by loading screens. I think that is one of the things that World of Warcraft originally had that was very neat. Now it's a little bit more broken up because there's so many more continents, right?
Feels immersive and natural, as opposed to having to specifically and quite rigidly go to the designated housing area to visit other people's homes. So it's certainly not as much freedom as some players would like, but it is something. And back to World of Warcraft, this too we found had been considered as early as the alpha version of the game. There's this portal found in the human city Stormwind that was blocked off by this gate, and funny enough, this would remain the case all the way until the Cataclysm expansion, where the city itself and all of Azeroth.
Do you guys remember just looking at that, just being like, what the fuck? I literally would think about that all the fucking time. Like, what is that shit?
Just mystified of its purpose. But at some point, it would have been the housing district in Stormwind, it was called, where it would be this entire new wing of the city that would allow players to enter some good old lifelong debt in exchange for a virtual roof over their virtual heads. But this too would not come to pass. As for why, no one really knows. Maybe they simply hadn't found a way to aggressively monetize it yet, but it didn't stop players from aggressively requesting it. It was by far the most common feature request in pretty much every stage of the game, and Blizzard would commonly cite concerns with taking players out of the world and also requiring so much work that they would have to sacrifice an entire raiding tier. But persistence did pay off, and as it would turn out, players did eventually get a form of it in the Warlords of Draenor expansion, and this is where we reach our first example of a system that unfortunately ended up being poorly implemented. The year's 2014, and players revisit the Orc homeworld of Draenor in an alternate reality where, at the critical moment where Garrosh drank the Mountain Dew,
you will not be made fun of right now. Is there a single person here who really liked Garrisons? Did anybody like really like garrisons? You're not gonna get in trouble. Nobody's gonna yell at you. Did anybody actually like garrisons? 2, 3. Why? What did you like about it? There's a few people who liked it. There are a few people who liked it. What did you like about it? Antisocial people? Look, I actually do like logging onto an MMO every now and then and just playing a solo player game, right? I actually do. Like, there's like delves. I actually had fun with delves in season 1. The way that they ended up doing delves, I think, is like straight retard. Like, I don't fucking understand. Like, because there are some cool things to delves. Don't get me wrong. But there was something about garrisons where I felt like it just gave you more chores, which I feel like is WoW's biggest problem. Like, I feel like if it didn't just keep giving you more chores, it actually wouldn't have been as bad. Hubs should never be isolated. Yeah, I mean, like, there were some things to garrisons that I thought were kind of cool. Like, some of the ideas of, like, oh, you can do, like, these big raids and stuff like that. But it just gave you so many chores. It was like, oh, now you got to pick your herbs. Now you got to do this. Now you got to do that. And you feel like you're missing out if you don't do it. It's the biggest problem with WoW. Just more chores on chores on chores on chores on chores on chores on chores. Wait, what the fuck? I just like looked at my thing and I saw that it's saying like the amount of people who have clipped. Wait, Twitch now instead of saying the amount of people who gifted subs, is this the amount of people that viewed their clips? Or did this guy clip 4,000 clips? What the fuck is that? And then what's this? Is this the top gifted subs of the stream? So I don't remember how to stream. Mango is the top sub gifter with 1 gifted sub for... But that's not... Zerv gave 5... I'm so confused by Twitch now. Sorry, that distracted me.
To over-caffeinated bald.
Oh, okay.
He was stopped.
Okay, no, Bear. That makes more sense.
At the time was widely panned as being a poorly written character. Until Shadowlands came out and Blizzard said, all right, you little ungrateful shits. You want to see actual it was up to the player. Or, as a game patronizingly put it,
I legitimately think Warlords of Draenor is the only... It is like the only time travel scenario where I'm like, it's 100% fine. It was fine to have the time travel in World of Warcraft at the time. The story could have been... the story was perfectly fine. It was interesting. And the enemies were interesting. It was just... There wasn't enough.
An offensive throughout Chris Metzon's wet dream by way of the garrison system, the blockbuster feature.
They added 1K gifted subs. Bro, that is fucking wild. That is fucking wild. I can't even imagine the dopamine hit.
Mass
that is crazy.
And build a custom private garrison to serve as their base of operations in their war against the Iron Horde. So it wasn't entirely the conventional idea of what housing is in an MMO, where you choose from different styles or locales, or you have the ability to fine-tune furniture placement and decorate to your heart's desire.
Probably meager.
Largely because it had been such an intensely requested feature for so long. A lot of the players were like, all right, close enough. And this is where the problems began. It ended up being too powerful, as the garrison system, of course, wasn't just a...
Has the story in WoW ever actually been good? Like, some expansions are better than others, but I don't think the peak is very high. Yes, the lore of World of Warcraft was incredible, even in Classic. Like, it was. The lore was very good. Now, some of the ways that you got it were a little convoluted, so people didn't realize how fucking good it truly was. The lore was great up until MoP. I actually thought that there were some good things about Chronicles. So and I think MoP actually had a really good story. I think they just made it a little bit too silly. But I think that like MoP itself actually had really good lore and some good storytelling. It just should have been a little bit more Warcraft, a little bit less like fur convention. It was a little bit too furry, like gay furry porn type thing for me. Burning Crusade has a great story. Wrath of the Lich King has a great story and great delivery of the story. Cataclysm felt a little bit off to me. I didn't like the leveling process. Also, now you started to get away from that epic journey that used to be there. Because, like, even in, like, Wrath, I don't think, like, any character boosting shit or anything like that existed. Like, you still actually had to play the game. I can't remember if in Wrath, if they sped it up at all. Like, had they sped up leveling at all? Like, I don't even think that happened in Wrath. I remember that there was, like, a period in time that I think was in Wrath. I think it was in Wrath. Where I fucking... What I did was I fucking had, like, the Recruit a Friend bonus. And you could grant levels. The only boost in Wrath was Recruit a Friend. Yeah. I remember I made a second account. And I would follow myself around and then I would grant levels. And it was crazy crack cocaine. It was wild. That was why they had so many players, bros. Because we all had like 8 accounts and we were just boosting ourselves. Fucking crazy. And then, yeah, then you did get heirlooms from Wintergrass. But all of that shit felt cool. Like, it felt cool at the time. It was the beginning of a slippery slope. But moving away from, like... You still had to play the game, right? Like, you still had to play the game. Like, to get that, you had to unlock shit. Like, it wasn't bad.
Was much like me, highly functional and pivotal to nearly every activity of the expansion.
Thank you, I love. Thank you for the 3 months.
Crafting buildings. You could get an auction house. It was a travel hub, a mission table to get gold, resources, and even raiding
That's
gear.
cool, Marino.
And between all of its buildings and perks and bonuses, there's very little you couldn't do inside of the garrison. For every person queuing for LFR or PvP within the confines of their garrison was a missing player that wasn't loitering around in a public space like a major city. And for every person farming in their personal mines or herb garden, that was another person who wasn't out in the world gathering it. And combined with the expansion as a whole kind of being a dud, Blizzard's fear of taking people out of the world became realized, and the actual world of Draenor quickly felt empty, and it failed to fulfill one of the MMORPG genre's most basic and seductive features. And that's the feeling.
God, he makes such good videos. What up, Gremlo?
Online world where your actions affect other players and their actions affect you. That's a hard feeling to obtain when you hardly see anybody. It got so bad that many players felt it was more like a single-player game at times. So there can be issues with geographical space, and on the flip side, there can also be issues with instance player housing. But again, it really depends on how the developer handles it. So next we're going to visit Eorzea in Final Fantasy
I've been there.
And take a look at an example of instanced housing that most agree was done quite well, actually. Speaking strictly the housing, they exist in these shared instanced districts.
I think that the Final Fantasy XIV housing is so stressful. I think once it's set up, it gives people a really good place to go to. But I do think that the direction that the WoW housing is going in is probably better. But 14 did it way earlier, but it was really cool to see like the events that people put on. Like literally like Gremlo was like fucking DJing in clubs and shit. And that was super fucking cool. Yeah, I had to sub to keep your house. Like that's I get it, but like there's also like in an MMO not being able to get something ever like a house is a little bit weird. I don't care about like losing stuff for like, you know, not paying your sub. Like I think that's fine. But like a lottery system's like a little bit rough. Like if you want to have a house by a beach in an MMO, you should be able to get it. You know what I mean?
Plots of land. Kind of think of it like a neighborhood. You'll see other people in your ward and you can visit them and hang out in each other's homes. There are 5 different regions, each with their own aesthetic, as well as small, medium, and large plots of land, which hold different sized houses. And it's a mix of aesthetics and functionality and quality of life. Aesthetically, you can customize its structural components, such as its roof, walls, floors, door, fence, as well as, of course, the ability to furnish it with all manner of items. It's
No, I
a very
didn't try boss.
customizable system that gives a lot of freedom. And as for its functionality, you have some useful things such as the ability to summon your retainers, which are kind of like your followers that can sell stuff on the auction house for you, perform tasks, store items. You can populate it with merchants, a mailbox to check your mail, target dummy to practice your rotation on, or even manage a garden for useful items. And it sounds like a lot, but the key difference here is that you can't do everything in them, and there's still many reasons to go out into the actual world. And additionally, due to the way that it's set up with these shared neighborhoods, they can actually
Here's
to
the
social
thing.
atmosphere.
For me, and I think this is perfectly fine. I feel like a lot of people who watch Final Fantasy XIV would probably get mad at me for saying this. Straight up, I never in Final Fantasy XIV would have even mildly cared, to create my own house. I never would have sat there and done it. I really don't think I ever would have sat there and done it. Now, going into other people's houses and having all these cool community events was fucking awesome to see. But I also probably wouldn't spend any of my time doing it after I had done it. And I was super excited to get to see it on stream. But like, that's just not why I play the game, right? Like, I'm like much more there for like the story and to do group content. Now, with that, I think one of the things that Final Fantasy XIV did well was there was guild housing. And like, WoW kind of has like these open communities now, I think. So you could have your whole guild in there, you could have your friend group in there. And I do think that that's pretty cool. I just do think it is kind of weird that it takes people out of cities. But I also haven't liked how many new cities there are. I kind of want another cataclysm to happen that gets rid of every single city besides either Dalaran or Stormwind. That means Orgrimmar as well. When it's either Stormwind or Dalaran. Orgrimmar is like actually the worst city to ever be made in World of Warcraft. It's such fucking ass, bro. That city sucks so fucking bad. We should have chilled in Thunder. The Horde literally should have just chilled in Thunderbluff, bro. Orgrimmar, I fucking hate Orgrimmar. Every time I play Horde and I have to move around Orgrimmar, it actually drives me fucking nuts. Yo, true, Undercity. Undercity fucking owns, bro. Undercity does own. Ironforge does also go hard. Dalaran is gone. Dude, the story is so bad in WoW now. It's like, literally, I was watching like the 4th season of Heroes randomly, which is also not good, and it's better than where WoW is right now. Khadgar in a stupid fucking wheelchair. What the fuck, man? Fuck that shit, bro. So fucking stupid, dude. Actually, so fucking stupid.
Fear as curious players can stroll up to your house and say hi, use your facilities, or just see what you did with the place, as well as post on a message board to communicate with you if you are offline. So it's a clever little way to return some social atmosphere from a system that most commonly reduces it. Overall, it's quite well received within the community, and 14 is definitely one of the staples that people reference when they talk about player housing within the genre. Next, we have an interesting case because it's something that I'm admittedly still exploring myself, and that's old school RuneScape. I can't speak too much on this because I'm doing a weird challenge where
Oh, that's
I'm playing
sick.
the game blind, and I've just gotten into it, but the game has given me a little tutorial preview of what some of the rooms do. This is another example of instanced housing. It's definitely more rigid in its decoration, where you have these predetermined spots where you can build furniture and objects, although you can build a different variety of rooms and manually choose where they
I
go,
did stream
as well as being
old school
able to
RuneScape
rotate
one
them
time.
to
I
your
did
liking.
not know that old school RuneScape had any sort of housing. Did I just completely miss that?
So it does have some customization, but certainly not.
Dude,
as much as
I know
games
what
like
Mia would
Final
put in the
Fantasy.
house notes. Rich, take out the trash. Bro, I straight up, I was like actually thinking about this shit. How fucking funny would it be to try to create Asmon's streaming room in fucking World of Warcraft? Do you think they have enough trash options?
Fantasy 14. The real draw seems to be more in its functionality. You have a room where you can build a teleporter for world traversal, another where you make these spell tablets as a convenient way to cast magic, and you can also have servants that can deposit and retrieve items to and
Someone
from the
made
game
Asmon's
field,
room in
as
Final
well as,
Fantasy 14.
many other buildings.
That
And
seems
you might think
familiar.
that, all right, this is kind of
But I don't remember
maybe
it.
too useful and encountering the dreaded garrison problem, but just due to OSR's sandbox nature and how the world is crafted, there are so many reasons to leave your home and to get out into the world of Gielinor that it isn't really a problem from what I can tell. And aside from that, it seems like some of the rooms have this social component to them, such as setting up custom dungeons for your friends.
That's cool.
Or serving them meals in your kitchen, or having your servants greet them, and just allowing them to
See,
use your
the main thing with
facilities,
housing
which
is it can't do what Garrisons did. There can't be daily quests, and I know WoW's going to add that shit. Because even when I was looking at the beta, it seems like it's there. If you have daily quests, that is when you 100% pull players away from the rest of the game. That is when you 100% have players feeling like housing is a chore and not going there just to relax.
similar to 14 in the sense that while it does take away from the social atmosphere in some cases, it also adds back in unique ways as well. As for New World, it had kind of an interesting hybrid system where you could buy houses in the various towns and multiple players.
Rest in peace, New World.
And you got something of a score for decorating it.
Yeah, DX, that's kind of what I saw when I was testing it.
Were shown to the public, although everyone, of course, could access their own home. Its customizability was limited to a select few different preset houses to buy within the cities. You couldn't really customize the structural components individually like in 14, as most of the customizability was limited to the standard interior decoration. And beyond aesthetics, it was actually quite useful, as you could put up these trophies.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Various buffs
After we beat Expedition 33, it might be time for an old school RuneScape arc.
You're gathering, crafting, and combat, as well as the ability to put down these storage chests in order to store some gear. So these are all mostly instanced examples, and it's what the purists would call casual implementations. I mentioned before that for the homes to be in the actual world, it has to be designed specifically with it in mind. And for this, I can think of no other perfect example than Star Wars Galaxies, which, in my opinion, still to this day, have the most interesting and in-depth player housing system.
Can you still play this game?
MMORPG ever made, ever, in every dimension for all of time. It didn't even just have player housing. It had players' cities, complete with a class called the Politician that was based entirely around running it, where if you leveled it, you increased your ability to build and manage it, such as placing new buildings.
That is sick.
Implementing new features. The planets and the
I feel like a lot of people talk about Eve, but then the actual people who have really played Eve in that way, like, you never actually meet them. Like, there's a lot of like Eve posers, but then you see stuff about Galaxies and it's like, that's what Eve players say that they did.
Were absolutely massive.
I was a mayor of my own city.
A few reasons.
Yeah, mod that
one
guy.
of them was specifically for player housing. There were 9 at launch, and each one I would say is roughly the size of both the Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor.
I was told Eve is
And while it
exactly
had
like
various
Albion
points of interest,
online, but in
like
space. No shot. That's not true.
Jabba's Palace, Ben Kenobi's
That's
home,
not true.
A variety of others.
I refuse
They're
to
mostly
believe
comprised
that.
of these giant, vast fields of essentially nothingness.
I refuse
And
to believe that.
Although it was mostly empty, that didn't mean that it wasn't purposeless.
I played Albion like a little bit for a sponsored stream, and it was actually pretty fucking good. Like, it was pretty fucking good. I was surprised by how good it was.
They were designed to be spaces for people to build cities. A player could put down a house of their choosing, and so could their guildmates. And if enough guildmates put down enough houses close together, it would eventually form this city. And if the guild had a politician to lead them, they could build a variety of useful buildings, such as the shuttle port that they and anyone on the server could use to travel to. You had a medical center to heal and buff people, cantina to watch strippers, cloning facility as a respawn point if you died nearby. You could make guild halls,
11 was good.
meetings, host PvP tournaments. Merchants would form these mega malls so they could sell all of their crafted items. You could install mission terminals, which were the game's quests, essentially. And if your politician was high enough, they could even give an increased
Politician high enough, bro. Man, what is up with politicians and getting high as fuck, man? I don't even know.
out and give a portion of each mission completed to the city's coffers. You could populate the city with profession trainers and so much more to essentially turn it into this huge bustling hub where you would try to make it as useful as possible in order to attract as many people as possible in order to make
Jerks are bad, not if you're a politician. They're actually quite good if you're a politician. Dude, Unit, thank you for 33 months, man. Thank you.
Such as Orgrimmar and Stormwind for World of Warcraft. However, for Galaxies, in many cases, there were cities that were entirely made by the player base. The whole system was designed largely by Richard Vogel, who had also worked on player housing in the legendary Ultima Online. And in that game, players could actually break into your house and steal your items. And one day, a disgruntled player sent Mr. Vogel a letter asking him, "How'd you like your house broken into?"
Damn! What the fuck?
I told you the housing community can be hardcore.
Dude, the housing community's fucked up. They're actually fucked up.
Motivator for him.
Mage, thank you for 32 months of Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Kinda based, actually kinda cool.
The best player housing system.
That's like, have you ever seen the clip from Barry? It reminds me that we're gonna go one layer deep here on clip Inception. Barry speech to what did I just do? Barry speech to Sally. Is this the right one? Oh, here we go. I found it.
Sally. Hey, I was.
You guys ever seen this?
But I made something for you. Are you okay?
Thank you for a year.
I just really need to be alone right now, please.
You crying?
No.
Put a 1 in chat if you've never seen this before, because you're about to have your mind blown.
Hey. Hey. Hey, is it okay that I'm comforting you?
Okay.
You okay?
My show got canceled.
What? Why?
No one watched it.
It just premiered last night.
I know. Fucking Banshee and fucking Dianville. I mean, they're such cowards. I mean, their jobs are totally pointless. Like, a computer makes their decisions.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. You worked so hard on that.
Yeah, no shit. For them, it's just another show, but for me, you know, it was everything.
Bill Hader might be the
Just
best
thought, like,
to ever
if I could
do
tell
it.
this story, then maybe my life might matter.
Do you know where she lives?
I don't know.
This is literally what the guy sent to the guy who made the player housing, man.
What, were you gonna, like, send her an angry letter or something?
No, nothing like that. I'm just gonna freak her out a little bit.
Freak her out how?
Oh, there's a lot of ways. It's, you know, nothing bad. No, it's just, like, for instance, I could send her a picture of herself sleeping, you know, just as a way of being like, hey, not cool what you did to Sally, you know?
So you break into her house?
Oh, she'd never know I was there. The whole point is to isolate her and make her feel like she's going insane. So I would just do little things, like replace her dog with a slightly different dog, or, you know, change the furniture in her house so she thinks she's shrinking, you know, basic stuff. Most of it I learned in the military, some of it on a subreddit, you know? Basically you just plant a seed and then they just kind of hang themselves, so it's super non-violent. But by the end of it, like, her brain will have essentially eaten itself, you know? But that's on the table if you want it, okay? I'm just so sorry this happened to you. Can I make you some tea or something, or?
Barry? I need you to get away from me.
Why?
Get out.
Did they say something, or?
Dude, I'm dead ass. If I could watch one show on stream, If I could watch one full show on stream, it would be Barry, bro. It is so fucking good. It might be like it's like one of the top shows of all time. It's called Barry. It's called Barry. The basic idea is this guy is like a trained assassin, and he wants to be an actor, and he starts going through the shitty nobody acting scene in LA while also still being an assassin. And it's just Bill Hader at his fucking very best. And then on top of Bill Hader being at his very best, NoHo Hank might be the best character of all time. There's this one character called NoHo Hank who's a Chechen mobster. He's so fucking good.
Hey man, are you seeing this beautiful morning?
So I heard, but I'm not sure if it's true. Are they doing a NoHo Hank spinoff? I heard that they were, but I don't know if it's real or not. But he is maybe the best character of all time.
What are you doing? How are you?
What am I doing? I'm set up to kill Paco like you asked me to. What do you mean, what am I doing?
Oh, right, duh. Here's the thing. I need you to wait, Barry. Just a little bit longer for my signal.
Wait. For what? Wait, what signal? Why?
Because we sent bullet to the Bolivians.
You sent a bullet to the Bolivians? What, like in the mail?
DHL.
No, it's a full TV show. Yo, it's Unicorn.
So, Paco is our informant within the Bolivians. We tell him, trust us. Tell us everything you know. Because he's stupid. And now we have to kill him before he tell other people he tell us.
Okay, what does it have to do with mailing a bullet?
See, this way, we send message to the Bolivians. Get inside their heads. They open mail. Bullet. What? Phone rings. Hello? Paco's dead. What? Little what leads to big what for full effect.
Hank, you can't do this to me right now, all right? I'm fully exposed here. I gotta do this now, all right?
Dude, it's so good.
Now.
Well, when I get DHL confirmation from www.dhl.com, all right? That's when you kill Paco. Can you be a bro for me, please?
They are sending Stovka.
What? Oh my God. Stovka? He's gonna be here? Oh my God. Who's Stovka?
He is best assassin in history of Chechnya.
Yes!
A legend.
Oh, wow. Okay, you still tender.
Oh, dude, I literally got so distracted. I'm actually just watching NoHo Hank clips. Are we cool to just watch a few NoHo Hank clips? We're gonna do Expedition 33 in a second. We're about to do Expedition 33. We're gonna watch some NoHo Hank, all right? Then we're going to do Expedition 33. My cheeseburger's almost here. I'm going to eat that shit. We're going to play Expedition 33 all fucking night, bro. We are going to finish the housing video, don't worry.
Legend, okay? He has taken out whole armies by himself. He must have murdered over, what, hundreds?
More. Way more. He's unreal. Simply unreal.
Okay, when I was a kid, I saw him once walking out the discotheque. He flicked cigarette at bird, knocked it out of sky. When will he be here?
Within hours, they said.
Yeah, real quick. What does this mean for me and Barry?
We'll probably kill you, but I haven't checked with Goron yet. Oh, one chair step here.
Dude,
Hey, you know if we knock
you
down the
can't
wall,
tell me he's not the best character to ever
You
exist.
know, clean up the blood. maybe
Is that,
open
yes,
the
it is.
doors.
It is Stephen
Everything's on the
Root,
table right there.
who's
You know,
also
just
one of the
everything.
all-time
Now
greats.
Cristobal will come here to U.S. Hey, you took my fucking stash house. I'm going to slit your fucking throats. And we will be waiting for him.
Yes, because they are short, right?
Right.
Goron, this is great physical comedy of you.
Ah, it costs. It costs.
Oh, it's good though.
What? I have presentation for you. Okay, I take photos. All time.
Bro, I just realized, I'm sorry to pause in like this crucially important comedic moment. Why is my camera so big? I'm actually like full on titty streamer sized right now, huh? I actually did not fucking realize that I was that big.
Buddy, no doing hits. Buddy,
It's a good size? Okay. I was getting insecure that it was too big.
None. Buddy, buying laptop computer. No hit.
You're so creepy, man. You're just so fucking creepy. Here is all of Vasha's things. Maybe we donate tools to a local veterinarian.
Throw them out.
Oh, we having guests?
I'm putting this out for when fucking cops come to ask me questions.
You want I should go get the babka? Huh? Maybe 2 babka?
Don't get cinnamon.
Bro. Kasuna goes, I didn't laugh once during this Barry sit. What? Then you called him Timu Dexter? Do you have no happiness in your life? What? It's so good. What? Wait. This is the real test. Wait. Where did it go? Where did it go? Because this is a final. How do I put this so we can look through the logs together? I'm going to find out if you're a Hildebrand enjoyer. Just uninstall Immortal. Lost Ark is infinitely better. MSQ, people love it. MSQ, people love it. Play Dota. You have the best fake laugh. Kill Wake. Dude, what do you got against Wake, bro? One Piece anime is dog shit. Jesus Christ, bro. You are not a consistent individual. You are not consistent. You are not consistent. Kind of based? Dude, it just said kill Wake. Like, what, dude? Evil chatter. And he ruined NoHo Hank for all of us, bro.
Genre.
We're finishing
So much
this
depth.
shit.
And
It's almost Expedition 33 time, bro.
One of the things that really succeeded.
Mod that
was
guy, yeah,
creating this
100%.
Living, breathing online community, and Player Cities and Housing was a huge part of that. And I really think it's kind of representative of just how powerful
Based besides
a tool
Wake.
it can be if it's wielded correctly, especially if you're able to have it out in the world with no instancing. Tangential nerd moment, but this whole thing is only
Tangential
possible
nerd
due
moment
to
is
very
probably, that should be
clever
the
design
name of my
mechanics.
stream, bro.
Galaxies by far had the biggest online world at the time. Probably still would be today if it were still running. And the reason why they were the only ones to be able to do it was because back then people were still, of course, on 56k modems. So you simply couldn't download 10 planets of the size. Imagine being at 99% and then your mom picks up the phone. Putting them all on CDs was out of the question, as the game would need to ship with like 50 of them, which would of course skyrocket manufacturing costs and make installation its own whole cumbersome project. So what they ended up doing was writing a bunch of text-based procedural rules and passing that onto the server and having the server generate the world around the players as they
That's quite intelligent, especially to pull that off back in the day.
explored.
Dude, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. I can't read that. Oh, it's Nico Robin Best Girl. Nico Robin Best Girl. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Top sub gifter of the day. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
This put an enormous strain on their servers, but it also made the impossible possible and allowed them to host these
Thank
enormous
you.
planets, which were able to facilitate a housing and city system as intricate as this. in
We
the
got
year of
one, like 1 minute
2003
left to this
less.
video.
But
Then I'm
anyways,
gonna
I
grab my
digress.
burger.
I kind of have a thing.
We'll
for
throw one more
SWG.
thing on,
The point being is that it can be
and then
as
we're
simple
playing Expedition
as you
33.
want it to be in something like New World, and it can completely make the game, and the whole game can kind of center around it. And these are just a few examples. It is a very powerful tool that works in both ways. It can have devastating effects on the social atmosphere of the game if done incorrectly, or on the other hand, raise it to entire new levels if it's done well. As for myself, I personally became quite addicted to it when the game Animal Crossing released on the GameCube in 2002, where you enter this crippling debt, and then you're enslaved to pay it off for the rest of your sad, pathetic, miserable
Animal Crossing actually is so fucking metal just from a story perspective. Like, it is actually fucking crazy. Ashes of Creation housing, we all understand that Ashes of Creation is like actually a scam, right?
life. No interest rates, though. and you got to pay it off completely on your own time. Yeah, Tom Nook was a real one, if you think about it. For many others, it was, of course, The Sims, where you do what you're most afraid of, working and going out into the world and building a life for yourself, all the while building and furnishing your virtual abode.
Now, Animal Crossing, you were actually enslaved. Yeah, it's wild.
And today it's evolved into its own whole thing. Housing in general is an activity that blends really well with MMORPG, because the whole idea is sort of about living in these virtual worlds with these communities. Psychologically, I think it fosters permanence in a genre that's centered around longevity. It's a creative outlet for people where they can ignore their actual destination of a cardboard box for a moment and play the role of Martha Stewart, decorating a large mansion or even a cozy nook hidden away from prying eyes.
I've never wanted to do housing less than hearing you can be Martha Stewart. That actually took me out, bro. I'm not looking forward to my WoW house anymore, bro. Why did he fucking do that to me?
It can provide.
You can finally be Susie Homemaker with your own Instabake oven.
Substantial
Bro,
gameplay
fuck,
features,
dude.
or merely as a social hub to invite friends, host RP events, or flex achievements and collectibles. And the existence of the very large community of people who are quite partial to it shows how important it is to the genre. Let me know your thoughts on this if you think I missed anything, or maybe you can describe your favorite housing system in your favorite MMO. I've tried quite a lot of them in my time playing MMOs.
Another Mad Season masterpiece, bro.
Good for this video. But yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching. Like it if you liked it, because I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Guys, be sure to support Mad Season.
Farewell for now.
We're gonna link it right now.
We hope you enjoyed today's video.
If you're not subbed to Mad Season, you're fucking up. Those videos are so cozy, bro. I love just chilling and watching one of them. So fucking good.